Trust me, we are going to get to it. I'ma just need everybody to calm down. You. I already talked to you last time. I'm not gonna go through it. Don't make me go through it. You too. I'm not playing with you. Okay, we're gonna get to this.
Peace. How's everybody doing? This is your boy Juice. Wanna politics as usual. Oh, York gritty. You know, then you know. Right? We're gonna get into this. I had to take a few days off. I think I'm gonna take a few more. I gotta get ready to move. So, I'm getting tired of all of this noise and shit. You know. Let's get into it. The white power grid. Yes, as you can see, we had a couple of young dudes running around and deciding they wanted to start a race war. Now, according to this, the article that I was reading, I'll pull it up. Right? Now, according to this article, right, you have some neo-Nazis, white power cats. All right, let me slide this over here for y'all. Right, so we have these, the fumbled neo-Nazi plot to incite a race war against, incite a race war by turning off America's lights. Lights out. So, they got these people. This is why I tell my people, like, I stopped listening to, hip hop in the sense of, rap music. I'm not going to say hip hop because hip hop is designed for partying. That's why it's hip hop. Like old person telling you, yo, you're listening to that hippity hop music. That's what they used to say. Now they don't say it no more because hip hop. It's hip hop. You know what I mean? And you know how you had older folks say, "Hey, come on, man, let me rap to you for a minute." So rapping is the vocal part of the element of hip hop. Hip hop is the expression, right? And music is the strong force, but hip hop is the expression. So rap is the vocal part, like graffiti is the banners and the flyer part. Like all of this is a corporation, and so these were the elements of it. So for me, I knew hip hop to be the party. Nonetheless, that's why I stopped listening to rap music because I saw the destruction. I see people now running around mentioning, the effects of Biggie and Pac, and I'm happy they saying it. But I was the one who was saying that actually at that time. Like I literally was like, nah, I don't listen to that. You know what I mean? Because I always been a strong advocate of Tupac, the early years, in his final years. I just wasn't a part of the conflict within our community. And that allowed them to assassinate his image. You know what I mean? Because once you get caught up in a conflict with us, we sure know how to separate and break you down and disregard all of that what you did. So, that's that. But these young kids, right, they met up online. They didn't even know each other. They just met up online and made this plot to knock out the power grids because they already know we are separated as a people. They know that. You know what I mean? They are fully aware of that. And so for them, it's nothing. You know what I mean? Hold on, I'm about to change the title in my in my Twitch account. Forgive me here for a second. As I'm sitting here, I'm thinking about that. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. Title. Um, let's see. Okay. Um, count name. Name. Oh no, I can't do it here. Okay. Text. Count. I'm looking inside this. Oh, this is in Twitter, right? So I gotta go on Twitch. My fault. Give me a quick second. Oh, y'all can see that too. See? You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see it with me. Let me slide over here to my Twitch account. All right, hold on. All right, go to my Twitch. Cause I'm streaming on Twitch, so I don't want you know, have them looking at a title that ain't right. You know what I mean? Oh, uh, pardon me here. All right, let's go to. All right, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Let me just go in here real quick. I'm sorry. You know, I was so busy setting up one thing that I didn't set up this part right here. Actually, I didn't set it up in none of the accounts, to be honest with you. Um, Let me go to my video channel. All right. Let me go to my creation. Forgive me. Uh, um, let's see here. Edit this. Let's put in the white power grid. The white power grid. Yeah. We got Syria in there. Right? Okay. So we saved that. Now we still go. Oh wait, hold on. Okay. So now we here. We up. Well, we been up, but as far as like, talking to Twitter. So okay. So now we back over to the white power grid. Slide over here. Says, uh, 3 young neo Nazis. I told you the greatest place to really find them now. Go on Discord. Go on Discord, and they are all through Discord and what's the other one? Clubhouse. Clubhouse. And both of them, they can try to portray to be black as well. So, be on guard when you're dealing with them. Pardon me, I dropped my herbals. Right? So be careful when you're dealing with them. Terrorists charged after planning to take down national power grid in an attempt to stoke racial tensions. But at every step, their bigoted plan, their own inconceptance got in the way. All right? So, um, let's see. Oh, did y'all see that? Okay. So I know I see this right here. It's missing the damn article, so I'm trying to see if I could bring it up in another article. So hold on a second. Uh, um, oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay. All right. So we over here. It goes, a group of 3 men plan to carry out an attack on U.S. power grid to cause civil unrest, and they hoped to incite race war, according to U.S. Department of Justice. Forgive me, I'm over here doing a little preppy prep. All right. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. You know how I do, people. Yeah. So a separate. They wasn't even around each other. That was the crazy part. That's how you know that the internet is not only a place for many different things, but clearly it's monitored, right? Because they wasn't around each other. All right, all right. Separated geographically, but united by white supremacist and neo Nazi beliefs. The trio met online in the fall of 2019 and eventually began scheming a disturbing plot in furtherance of white supremacist ideology. Assistant General Attorney General for National Security Matthew Owens said in a news release. You know, these dudes is 22, 24, 20 years old. You know, and one is from Wisconsin, Indiana, and Texas, right? Columbus, Ohio. Pleaded guilty to terrorism. This is terrorism. In-house terrorism. And we are not saying nothing. We are talking about all of this other stuff. We worrying about Kanye West. We worrying about Kanye West, and they got plots to take out power grids. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is what we up against, people. This is what we up against. Can't do nothing about it, right? We can't do a damn thing about it. They trying to take us out. We trying to take us out. If you say something about it, oh, they damn sure gonna try to take you out. You know what I mean? Like, shit. It's a no-win situation. Told you, man, it's a no-win situation. That's it. You know? Matter of fact, I was I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna save it. There was also conversations about uh how the possibility of the power being out for many months could cause some serious change or straight out war, even a race war. Additionally, with that without power across the country, it could cause the next Great Depression. People wouldn't show to work, the economy could crash, and there would be ripe opportunity for potential white leaders to rise up. Listen, let me tell you something. What they not telling you is this is what's really circulating on the internet, right? So don't get it confused that this article is limited to these people. I tell you, I do research. I'm an investigator. I don't know if I'm an investigator, like a research investigator, meaning like as far as crime and all of that, to this level, no. But in knowing the skill of researching, right? Especially in the things that I do, these type of things come across me all the time. I know how to bring it out of them. I know what to say. I know when not to say. You people around me, they really think I'm just always this wild gun whole dude. Nah. In this, I know how to converse with the radical, even white. I don't care if they Mexican. I don't care if they Indian. I don't care if they black. For some reason, I could sit there and bring the bullshit out of them because of how I talk. The things that I say, I told you, people are under the impression that I roll with them. It's like me saying I'm a black. I'm a black Republican life who matters, right? So me saying I'm a black Republican, you could confuse me with standing with all of those viewpoints, even as the Cooney Coons. I just started saying I'm the Black Lives Matter Republicans. I never even considered myself a Republican. I just said that due to the fact that the laws and all of the things, even though people might call them, even though I'm not even going to say might, even though they are racist, in their stance on certain things, education wise on what they don't want, I'm 50-50 on them. When it comes to, the rainbow agenda, I got a problem with. Now, if you talking the feminist agenda, the plight that females went through, and dudes need to learn that, and we could intertwine that, and like a CRT type of way, sure. But the gay agenda, I'm not with it. I'm not against gay people. I'm against certain levels of education, not the whole idea, just levels of it. There are many levels to informing somebody of something. I don't need to know, or my children don't need to know your sexual activity to know your plight. Those are two different things. I don't need to know your sexual orientation. I mean, the acts. You teaching my children the acts and not lying. I got a problem with that. That's where I gotta be the black Republican whose life matter. You know what I mean? So that's why people could confuse me with a lot of things. Oh, he anti-Semitic. No. I point out what is written. It's what's written. This is what's written. So I do not say anything to incite anybody to do anything. The information is there. You cannot tell me I don't have a right to put it out. You do have a right to challenge me on it. Sure, you got that right. But you do not have the right I tell people I have a right to information. I have a right to put that information out. If you don't want the information out, then you need to destroy everything that leads to that information. That's all I can say about that. So I don't promote um anything that's connected to a lie. If it's connected to a lie, you know that automatically we're gonna have a conflict of interest. And that's to anybody, to any group. Any group that practices chicanery, deception, misleading people, you know, that's what I um I address. So anybody looking and wanna, oh yeah, he nope. I tell you off the rip, I do not promote any of the nonsense. But I will point out the nonsense. You know what I mean? So with this, I'm just saying to y'all, be cautious and end your conflicts with each other because they cool with each other. They cross states and making plans. We making beef. We can't have a conflict with somebody in another state without the checking and the killing. They can get it on and be from another place and it's no conflict. Especially not when it's time to scheme and plot on taking you out. They can get along mighty well when it's time to take you out. You try getting on that internet and just being cool with each other. Give that a shot. Give it a shot. Let's see if you can pull it off, okay? I believe in you. We got up here in this header. All right. We got down here. Iran media slanders. Let's see who. Oh yeah, they calling them anti-Semitic and all of that because they made a statement. Now we're gonna get into this statement, find out what it's about here. All right, let's go over here. Pull this up. All right. Iran media slanders Zelensky with anti-Semitic article. Now I'm gonna try to find out if this is anti-Semitic, right? Iran's Far News, which is pro-government media outlet linked to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, ran a long article bashing Ukrainian President, Vladimir Zelensky, and using anti-Semitic troops, whatever the fuck. All right. It says in the March 10th article that appears on the website's homepage, it was accusing Lansky of being a hedonist who seeks to gain power and pleasure using any kinds of morals and financial corruption being committed. It accuses him of having made obscene work in his film carrying career in supporting marijuana, gambling, and prostitution. I do support marijuana. I'm sorry, Iran. I know y'all heavy on that. Only reason why I can't be a Muslim. You know what I mean? I could probably remember. I just you got to remember like one hadith. So I could probably pick a decent hadith. You know what I mean to remember, and take it from there. But as far as the marijuana part, I don't know, man. I don't know. The article openly refers to him as a Jew. I read an article where that's okay, right? With deep ties to Jewish officials and the rich, such as George Soros. What's wrong with this statement? I'm confused. They haven't pointed out anything yet, right? That makes this wrong. Okay. It accuses him of being a Zionist, saying that Zionist behavior is duplious and that Israel had tossed Ukraine aside like a handkerchief. Okay. The article describes the relationship with the Trump administration, arguing that the previous American president preferred admirable relations with Russia and that his allies worked against Ukraine and its ambassadors in Washington. With the beginning of the first days of Zelensky's presidency, this article claims. All right. Next, the article notes that Trump repeatedly told Zelensky that he would have to contact Rudy Giuliani in order to be able to talk to him. This meant that the future of U.S. Ukraine relations was potentially left to Trump's personal lawyer. But the Iranian article then asserts a wild conspiracy. Trump treatment of Zelensky is remnants of the extortation of Jeffrey Epstein and potential government and industrial figures in the United States and Europe. Epstein was a sex trafficker who extorts and silences officials and the rich around the world with in immoral scandals. Ooh. Undoubtedly, in addition to Zelensky's need for U.S. funding and military assistance, there were only hidden issues that kept Zelensky so silent in the force of repeating humiliation and forced him to continue to interact, especially given close relationship with Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Explanation only hints to a wider conspiracy by using dog whistlers and anti Semitism, such as reference to being Jewish and a Zionist, and claiming he was linked to Soros, and that this is somehow also linked to Trump and Epstein. Like I said, wording is everything. You could try to convince America here that these people are wrong for what they're saying, but we have no proof that he's wrong. We have the proof of the things that he's implying to a degree. Yes, we know all of these names and we know them to be affiliated in the way that is being mentioned in this article. So for me, I'm not gonna argue with him, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna argue with him. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Let's see what this next header leads us. Horrific Prince Williams. Let's go over the Prince here. All right. Let's go over the Prince. All right. Take one more puff. I think I'm done. And this is why I also, as I'm gonna read this is why I tell people that don't think just because black people bring white people into the environment that they good. Like they good, right? Prince Williams told a Ukrainian community event it was very alien to see war in Europe, reportedly contrasting it with Africa and Asia, a comment that has been slammed as horrific by Martin Luther King Jr.'s, Martin Luther King's daughter, but it's really supposed to be Junior there. Beatrice King linked the Duke of Cambridge remark to colonism after William and Kate Middleton visited the Ukrainian Central Cultural Center in London to support the relief efforts on March 9th. An outcry heaps new pressure on the royals just days after the 1 year anniversary of, the Oprah Winfrey interview, during which they accused an unnamed royal of racism. It comes a little more than a week before Williams and Kate are due to tour the Caribbean from March 19th to the 26th. So you better be careful what these people are running around and bringing into your land. The messages and the imageries that they giving, circulating and making their trips. Suggest that Williams had also said Britons were more used to seeing conflict in Africa and Asia through the remarks was perhaps not directly quoted. Quoted by the press, it says, it is very alien to see this in Europe. We are all behind you. Right? Like, basically saying the indirect. Yeah, I told people it's not what people say because a coward doesn't talk direct. A coward, he learned to do it feminine. So, it's what you don't hear that's what you need to hear. So, saying it's very alien to see this in Europe. Where else would you be seeing this? Everywhere else. It's saying that the European movement, it's foreign to see them going through conflicts with one another. Okay. All right. Oh, y'all was hearing that. I was trying to prevent y'all from hearing that, but seems like this asshole just wanted to fucking human rights lawyer Quinzum Rashad wrote on Twitter, Prince William says conflict is very alien to Europe, unlike Asia and Africa. How do you have a 1,000-year history of colonialism and literally 100-year war launched, 2 world wars, allow multiple genocides, and bomb a dozen nations since 9/11 alone, yet make this type of statement? Why? Because you just said outside of the world wars, everything else was them invading other lands and fighting over other people's lands. Imagine 2 invaders coming in your land and fighting over it. That's usually what's happening. You know? At least when we go to the earlier wars, like American war and American shit like that. This ain't Europe, but I'll just say it in general. When you look at the what is it, the NRA, right? The NRA, the Irish, who was it? The Irish, what was them? Right? I forgot yeah, is it an NRA? No, none of the NRA. That was the IRA, right? Like Irish Republican Army, something like that. Well, anyway, what about all of that? What about especially the Irish and going against, Great Britain? You know how you got Britain, and when Ireland is a part of it, is Great Britain, right? So, what about that? Which is the whole concept of what do you call this show? Um, Game of Thrones. The whole Game of Thrones is a show about white conquest over the world in the name of the queen. That's why when you see the redheaded one, she opted out of joining because she's supposed to be like Ireland. Go look at the show. Go look at Game of Thrones again and tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if Game of Thrones ain't about white conquest over the world. So when I hear this, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. This is what they promote. We see it and overlook the messaging because we don't know how wars are fought. The planning and the preparation of war comes through theatrics. That's why the feminization of man and all of that through the TVs is real. And I'm gonna get into a whole show on it. I keep alluding to this stuff, but you know, I be thinking about having to start a whole new series, and you know what I mean. But that's basically once I get into that part, like it's just a nail in the coffin. I'm not doing no more after that. After that, it just be stuff like this, basically, just shows, and I can make references, and everybody would be basically on it because I could just go, oh yeah, blah blah blah, and if by that time, if I even have a following, they clearly gonna know, what I promote, So this is what it is. You know what I mean? This is what it is. I'm just buying some time. We got like 15 seconds before the break, and then I'm gonna slide over to this next article. All right, which is gonna be about Biden's order to study of cryptocurrency. Peace. So let's get into Biden orders study to wait. President Biden basically, he signed an executive order on Wednesday establishing the first ever federal strategy on cryptocurrencies, the White House said. Now, if you remember, I was telling you the war. I told you, was it about cryptocurrency? Then we get this. This happened right after I said it. So if y'all be thinking that I'm playing with you, this is how you could actually see I'm calling this stuff. You know what I mean? So the cryptocurrency, right? I'm gonna just read it from here with they're saying, right? President Joe Biden signs an executive order Wednesday establishing the first ever federal strategy on cryptocurrency, the White House says. Biden will order the exploration of the digital currency operated by the U.S. Central Bank, and he encourages regulators to identify and mitigate risk digital assets pose to the financial system and broader economy. Now, I told y'all when the crypto guy said, nah, we not stopping anybody from using crypto, people would look at that and go, wow, that was a good thing. But that was only the setup to put this in place. I've been told y'all the cryptocurrency, the investing and all of that is just like opening the door to somebody being able to get into the easy pass or the swipe, so on your phone, so you it's like coming up and then making an early investment in it, but after a while it dwindles. You have to understand that a system was set up before you was even introduced. Shit, the person owns like half of it. Half of the cryptocurrency. He's already the controlling. You know what I mean? Factor. Pay attention to these things. Right? The EO will help position the U.S. to keep playing a leading role in the innovation and governance of the digital assets ecosystem at home and abroad in a way that protects consumers. It's consistent with our domestic values and advances U.S. global competitiveness. See, because with crypto, all governments came to the conclusion that that's like the Tower of Babel. Every time you see a system that's built to where you don't need this the system, to dictate every move that you make, they will find a way to come in and crush it. So if you thinking the U.S. government or the Russian government or Chinese government is any different, how they approaching the situation might be different. What they doing is no different. It's like trying to win the popular world vote. Like everybody staying in line based on what you see in the hell of somebody else going through. You know what I mean? That's how I always see it. It aims, dents, and surveillance said to encourage innovation but mitigate the risk to consumers, investors, and businesses, border financial stability in the environment. 16% of Americans have invested and traded and used cryptocurrency, the White House said in a fact sheet. 16%. That's growing. That's an alarming number to them. It looks like a small number, but no, that is not. And so, and it's not just America. There's other countries who has already stepped up. Some Arab countries and all of that, who stepped up and has already been implementing the same thing. So this is telling you it was a setup. I was telling y'all, watching this stuff, for a while. So I want to get into, which is my other headline. Oh, I thought y'all could see that. My fault. Yeah, this is the article right here. If you want, you can go up here. Cryptocurrency executive order. Biden orders study of risk in a digital dollar. Right? So then I wanted to get into, this next headline, which is buy Bitcoins. Right? So, the man who wrote, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know, sees the US season crypto after Biden's executive order. So the rich guy, poor guy, author, I'm the poor guy and I can see it. He's the rich guy and I'm the poor guy, and we both see that. We both can see that. The nail in the coffin. Matter of fact, I remember having Star give this shout out on his show. So I'm tag it in here like a little snippet, right? And so anything that I'm saying is to document that I was calling this stuff and seeing it for what it is. And seeing it for what it is. Man, listen to what the man is saying right here, all right? All right. Says Robert, I ain't gonna get your name right. All right, I know it's at the ski, so I'm calling Big Ski. Right, the best-selling author of Rich Dad Poor Dad has predicted that U.S. President Joe Biden executive order to regulate cryptocurrency will mark the downfall for the asset class. What happened? In a tweet on Wednesday, Ski told his 108 million Twitter 1.8 million Twitter fans, Twitter followers, that he expects all cryptocurrency to be seized and folded into government crypto following an executive order to regulate digital assets. He's him. I'm me. I'm just telling you Anybody with an eye should have saw this from a long time ago, though. I was telling people, remember, listen, man, listen, people, oh, yo, I'm like, yo, listen, it's just advertisement. They trying to hype the people up, hype up the whole digital NFT, hype it up. Not to say none of it could make it through the storm. Not to say that. A lot of things make it through the storm. It might not be in the way that it first came out. You understand? But, okay. Other things, listen, man, it's just an advertisement. You know how they give you these great deals, these great incentives. Now, once they have everybody, you just got to do what we say. I didn't realize how like kind of orange there, right? I mean, let me see if I could go into my camera. Hold on. No. Go out here. Go into here. Reset that. That's the reset. So I guess it was just what it was. I just reset my camera. Look at the zoom. Watch my zoom. Set that up the little zoom. I gotta work on the zoom. Really, I just put it in there real quick. um, yeah. So Bitcoins. I've been saying this. I've been telling people. There's other days I'm gonna call, or I should have called earlier. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna just leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? But there's other things. Still, I keep calling this stuff. The power grid stuff. I called that. You wouldn't know because I wasn't even doing this then. But just watching the trends and the cycles of things, you could see which direction things is going. So I'm ready. I'm ready to start investing in stocks. I've been seeing them popping up on the bottom of my feed. You know what I mean? So I'm ready. I'm ready to be like, hey, you know what? Screw it. 'Cause I see it. I'm just seeing the cycle of things. So you ever since uh, like the '90s, I was certain in the '90s. By the '90s, I was certain of everything that I know now. Everything, like the way, the flow, and the structure of things from the '90s. But the first time, like I said, I guess you could say the Freemasons tried to indoctrinate me with giving me lessons. And from that, I learned that, wait a minute, so doing this conversation talk, you know what I mean, which was cool. But then as I've read and I've seen how it's attached to all of these other things, and, you know, that's when I realized, the big plot. And from then I was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, I deal with the streets, or I was dealing with the streets, as a business, not as a unification with a group of idiots. So I know idiots, but it was for the purpose of things, not necessarily them. You know what I mean? Like running around with them and causing problems and all of that type is what I'm saying. I wasn't doing that. Like I didn't want to know them for those purposes. So that's why I would never be a block hanger or any of that. I wasn't that type of person. You know what I mean? So that's just me as a person and shit. So, you know, when I see this stuff, I go, okay, I could see the plot, the scheme, the setup. You gotta question things from when they first pop on the scene. Stop chasing it and question it. Why are they promoting this to be hot? Why is this the trend? Why do they have so many spokespeople? Oh, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Don't listen to them. Investigate the system. What they talking about. What this whole hype is around. Do your research. Shit ain't hard. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, as I was saying, you see me, I'm saying the same thing. I'm telling you the same thing. Matter of fact, I'm saying it before they say it. I'm just using them as validation that yo, I said that to y'all. We can go into the date of when this started of Biden announcing it, and you could see. I think it was a day or two before I made that on the Star Show. I'm saying I've been saying it before then. But even on my show, but say outside of my show, I can go show you a link that, yeah, man, I was, you know what I mean? And I made sure I did that because I wanted it to be out there. I wanted to make sure. I paid like $10 to make sure. He gave me the shout out. He said, yeah, I was saying the same thing. And. So I got all of that there just to say, yeah, man. I be calling this, man. I be seeing it. It's clear as day, man. So when if a person can't hear what I'm saying and I'm calling all of that, I can't do nothing for them. There's a reason why I'm mentally trained like this because I see all of this stuff that's taking place. The Great Reset. I shouldn't say it like that because it's happening. People trying to, go to the past and all, live in the past and all. That's the foolishness, man. There's a plot for the future. They're keeping you distracted with conversations and digging in the past about bullshit, worthless, frivolous shit. Egypt, Ireland, the Celtics, the Romans, the man. Listen, okay, okay. I mean, outside of me knowing, like I said, the whole Jesus plot and all of those things, I never once kept my eye off the future while being in the present. So even if I was incarcerated, I might have been stuck in that one area, but my mind was always even in then doing research, whether it was legal research, cases, caseloads. You know what I mean? Like I understand that from always looking for information. Just help me write books. Constantly looking and learning. So I don't got a problem with people, you know, keeping an eye on the past. But remember, most of that they went in there and whitewashed. They took non-information, speculative. They literally told you they didn't know, and then they went in there and made up whole stories with a whole bunch of people just attaching things to things. To move you into a cycle. So they was pulling out information, but once again, only the information that was benefit. So the same thing they did with the Bible, they did with the past and history. Just the mad, only the female gods, only that history. So they're shifting history in that way, burying the other side. You don't believe me? Just check around. Find out about all of the religions, that's popping up and see what they really promote. And then you'll see the universal promotion. So when the shift is happening, it's happening. So when the shift is happening, it's happening. It's just that you won't see it because the individual promotion is over here, it's mad and that. You understand what I'm saying? So if you go over there, it's, the goddess this, you go over there, it's that so they all really promoting this gender being on top. So by the time they break out who they, are just God simply shifting over to, or the goddess of such and such, once you start hearing them start using the term goddess and they already training the people, yeah, goddess, yeah, goddess, yeah, goddess, you know? So when the shift happens, you see the TV shows. I told you, all of the men basically in my era got bumped off. That's just what it is. So and I explained to you how that was all under that same structure. Either you're gonna be like this or you expendable. And so all of those dudes were expendable, whether it be through the strip clubs or just getting caught up in the beef. They was all expendable. Put into that trance. Why do you think Tupac said Illuminati and now they going out and assassinating his name? He's dead and they left to assassinate his name. And because the people are so impressionable to the common conceptions, and especially a negative one, anything negative, like the people will gravitate to that. So it's easy to assassinate someone's character in that system. That system is based on slander, talking you in circles. It's like read the Bible when it talks about a bad woman. Like a woman who would just argue, give you no breaks, so you gotta sleep on a rooftop or some shit just to, like that's what it's basically saying in the Bible. Like it's better to do that to be around that because in that arguing is all of the oh yeah, but my friends and so it's constantly pushing you with the universal argument that they hitting all of them with. You understand what I'm saying? So from that is that system. I told you, look into Judaism, look into the dualism, the female side and the male side. Look into Egypt and the identity of, or any of the female gods in the past. They have two identities: war and love, like fertility. Not really love, really more like fertility. You know what I mean? So you know that that system is ran by this constant arguing and swaying and all of those things. So when you remove an alpha factor, because we was at an all-time alpha high in America. Like it got I guess it did get toxic. You know what I mean? I guess it did. You know what I mean? I hate saying that word, but um um but was that created to the point of that, or was that no, it was a growing conflict. And I'm saying this because I was on Facebook, right? Let me pull up this. I really don't want to pull a name up, so I'm not gonna do it. Cause me and her cool. I just um I respected what she said. Like she basically, this is a black sister, you know what I mean? And she basically revealed again what, with so many words, what the plot is. So that's why I say what I say. Right? Hold on, I hear like a echo in my. I just did a super echo. Well, let me turn this down because it just did like a super echo. All right. So I learned the plot. And I know people who, like, especially if you know the plot and you bring it up in a way, it'll come out. All you gotta do is have the ear. Like I told you, it's the ear, what you hear. Men, alphas, do not work off of what they hear. They control the message that's given to them. Because men operate off what they see. Alphas, right? So betas work off what they hear, like the feminine, like the feminine element, the female, because she works off what she hears, not what she sees. Well, she works off what she sees, not what she hears. No, I'm saying it wrong. She works off what she hears. Like the things that you say makes her operate in a certain way, whereas the things that he sees. But a beta male operates off what he hears as well. So she could run him in circles. She could do all of the things that his mind is not wasn't built for. You know what I mean? Like there's more betas than alphas. So anybody could utilize the gift of controlling the betas. And all of the alphas just had to been bumped off. So all of those who saying, yeah, I'm God and really, you know what I mean? Bump them off. Have things happen to them. You got other dudes right by you who's under that system. Remember, they working in secret. So That's what all I can tell them when it comes to that is understanding what you up against, man. Don't think that this is some type of game. There's a system of chicanery. You know, if you read the Bible and you read the Quran, it basically tells you what it is. It's a system of bickering and arguing, but you have a whole unit and y'all put this out at one time. So you moving the people through this system. I'm gonna show you history of it and how we came to what we know as religion and why they are the way they are and why this system that you see today infiltrated it. Went into those churches, right? Had a group of people who, the pastor you say he a liar, right? But keep in mind, you foolishly thinking that she's not aware of this, right? Because her wanting to control the husband was through the pastor. This indoctrination into one husband, this, that, and the third, but that's not what the Bible said. And so then you also have them who will take advantage of the fatherless, child because she'll probably say, yeah, you can't tell me nothing and leaves the child defenseless. I seen a video of this, a lady, she was talking about that. Let me see. She was like the baby was getting in the car and she was talking. I believe it was to her daughter, or yeah, her daughter. I believe it was her daughter, and I told you, I take this personal because I have a sister who was affected by this. You know what I mean? And like I take that real personal. You know what I mean? So like that's one thing I never played with. I've never been caught up in no rape or molestation, any of that shit. I catch a body behind that. Um, so for me, like I said, it's like a real sentimental thing to even say it. Because like that's people's personal business and shame and all of that. So you don't really say that stuff. But yeah, my sister went through that. And I went through abuse physically, through my mom's side. So it was like a whole big, problem in that household. And this is what I mean about, you know, everything doesn't fall on the father. There's a lot of damage in toxic women. And so there's video that she was showing. Hold on, as I'm talking to you, I want to just pull it up and whatnot. Um, Hold on, I'm looking for the picture. Slides, then, okay, we're looking at something there. Hold on, let me go to, one. I'm gonna go to my old page. Like, not my old page, but like, like how your history, see like the stuff that I liked and whatnot. Man, this section, review. Hold on, let me see inside here. Search profile. Activity log. And you go to Facebook and you press on them little dots. You could go search your activity log. Stuff like your posts where you was interacting, group profile, right? So I'm gonna just go into interactions. Let's see here. Um, boom, boom, boom. So I'm gonna look into it. It's supposed to be a video. All right, these are like photo, post. Um, Pardon me, real quick. Just want to see this video. I don't know if I shared it to my page. 'Cause if I shared it to my page, I don't want to go out, then have to come back in. So let me just see. This way right here. Oh, this is all today. So, acted to a post. Whole crew. Photo. Brushstroke. Um, no. Pardon me. I'm just looking over here real quick. I thought I could find it easier. Don't lose a man trying to take his time. Oh, um, small. Let me just see if I'll put it on my post. It was a real, like I said, it was a real deep video for me. I mean, I don't know, I hope, you got some fucking malice and I mean, no malice and wickedness in your heart that you know what I mean. But never know these people out here. Um, okay, I'm sure the lady was talking about Tupac. Um, uh, Damn, I didn't save that. I didn't post it. But nonetheless, it was a young lady. I mean, it was a mother, and she was talking to her daughter, and she was like, "Yo," she was saying everything that I say, like, check your child in front of people, like, let your child know, like, yo, anything, man, you let me know. You know what I mean? That's why I always kept a demeanor of I'm not backing down because I wanted anybody who knew me to know that I was gonna have their back, right? So it would be automatically in me. So then, even around my child or children, it would just be there. It wouldn't have to be something you gotta turn around and tell your child, oh, I got your back. Right? No, we're not saying that in private. No, I'm gonna let you know. Listen, I don't even gotta say it. You just see my demeanor, how I'm around people. I got you. Anything, yo, he not having it. Now, granted, people see that and they think that your demeanor is or your mentality is looking for a problem. But no, in my interest, in my desire of revealing the truth, the one thing I learned about a liar is he think or she think they can intimidate you into not say. That's how predators and all of that happen with children. So that's why I let all adults know I'm not having it. I always had that, so you would know anybody that's around me, I'm ready to put it on for them. And so growing up, That's just how I've been, you know, for anybody, my grandmoms, anybody. Like I always been the same person. You know what I mean? So it's not a fraud or a front. So that way I know because like I said, knowing that damage in people and knowing what it can do made me super protective. So even like, wicked kind of women, I've never been comfortable around because I know how damaging that can be. Like the dudes, I'm a dude, right? So me being the type of dude I am, you at least know the dudes around me know you not performing any of that. You could be certain of that. And you could be certain if they did make that move, I'm not loyal to any of these motherfuckers that you can't tell me. And they probably always kept it like that. You know what I'm saying? Where you could let me know anything because if it's fucked up things, you know what I mean? I mean, as far as that could be putting you in a fucked up situation or having you in an oppressive situation, I could help. You know what I mean? Like outside of that, I don't really give a fuck about people. Like not in that sense, but as far as people's day to day operations ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? I only really care about more like I said, the youth and stuff like that. So that's my main concern. So when it came, when like I said, when it comes to this, I'm just basically real diligent, real on putting the message of how to protect us as a people. Cause you know what I mean? Because when I say the stuff about not wanting to know about transgender sex, and like I said, I got a sister. You know, I got a transgender brother. Was a like grew up a female. And changed over fully transgender. Male. So just to respect people on that, not to make it seem like I'm not respecting. It just is hard to, um, I don't know, like, you know what I mean, like, program certain things because my mind don't operate like that. I know you as this, like, I don't know no other way. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. Like, it's no offense, but I looked up to you. You know what I mean? Through my hell, this was the person who would look out for me. You know what I mean? She's 5 years older than me, or he 5 years older than me. You know what I mean? So the stuff that I was going through, I didn't realize, how much stronger that would have had to make that person. You know what I mean? So I looked up to that person. So don't think that it's like any disrespect to that environment. It's just that that's how my mind operates. You know what I mean? So it's like I feel you, I respect what you're doing, but if 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 you trying to force me to see something that I don't see, him is kind of different. Yeah, I don't think you probably know. I don't know. I got the beard and all of that, so it's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm just saying I don't hold a ill feeling towards no community outside of I'm always in search of the truth. So for me, what I do, it's impossible for me. I don't even feel comfortable being around people no more because of the society that we live in. I'm being honest with you. You know what I mean? Like I don't even want to like walk up to somebody and you know you find out the most time like I don't think I've ever ran into a situation where I wasn't able to tell. You know what I mean? Or if I even have an inkling, I'm not even bothering. I'm just keeping it G because I don't want to get into a situation where I say something because I'm gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just a natural born asshole. It ain't got nothing to do with anybody. You can put me in almost any situation, and I can find some stupid ass shit to say. You would have to know me to understand that. Like so, because of that, I don't. Like open that door because it wouldn't be perceived in the same way that I'm saying it. You know what I mean? Like it come if you don't know me, it could come off either way. You know what I mean? Like depending on if you know me, if you know, I'm just an asshole. Like if I'm able to show it in this humorous asshole way, but I still got to be an asshole. So to prevent that, I just don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? Because I would never fall in the position of. My thing is this, right? If I meet a female, right, and I gotta ask her, do she has, right? Why would I be talking to her? That's like me walking up to a young lady and oh, I thought you was younger or something. What the hell was you talking to her for if you thought she was younger? You know what I mean? Like it's like certain things you hear where you just be like, So for me, I'm not even putting myself in that situation. Like if I don't think you're a real female, I'm not bothering. So if you are not a real female, and if you was able to pull that off, it would only behoove you, right, to tell the person that. I mean, like I said, I've never ran into that situation. You know what I mean? But just for sake of argument, that's what I argue for. I argue for the people who lost their lives and had to take a life because of being put in that situation. That's what I advocate for. I advocate for not trying to condition people into that because you mastered how to, reproduce life without needing human contact or some shit. I don't know what they doing, but all I'm saying is it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I mean, not the the transport, the education of certain things, the details of certain things is not needed. I just don't understand that. Sexual acts. Like I don't understand why is that needed. You know? So this is what I mean about, the new world order, everything that I've read today, and basically, the breakdown of although I think I got some more articles here. Let me see what we got up here. Oh, acceptable white faces in Australian feminism. All right. Forgot these articles. I knew I had some more articles pinned up inside there. Um, oh, this is the Grace Tame and Brittany Higgs are supremely admirable and acceptable white faces in Australian feminism. I've been thinking about Grace Tame a lot in the last few weeks, wondering how to talk about her and the administrative her deserves wow no admiration while asking questions about why she in particular has become the face of modern Australian feminism when there are so many other women, black women in particular, with so much to say and with so many difficult and heart wrenching stories of their own. Her response to journalists who published photos of her as a teenager goes some way toward some way towards explaining it. She is simply remarkable. Still, there are deeper questions about the overwhelmingly sense that her anger is authentic and true and acceptable when so often the anger expressed by black female activists is seen as toxic, diversive, and polarizing. I have been wondering about the risk of revealing my private ambivalence, forgive me, about the place she and Brittany Higgins occupy in the national conversation because often white people don't like to hear hard things about how race functions in the society. So basically what they were saying is we get it. You are being this angry voice and whatnot, but why are you allowed to speak for the people? But if we speak it, it becomes like, why are you setting yourselves up as the heroes again? The white man set himself up as the hero to the black man. If you shift in the tides, how is this same argument happening? This is what I tell the sisters. You was duped into this. You know, all of our mothers who fell for that, like I said, all of them who went into that system, you know, and had the hate and tried to remove the men. You know the systems y'all was in, you know, and so when y'all did these things, this is the results. Sending them young men out in the street, and then we got a government and all of that who provided the drugs and the news and the media to promote the gangs and the death tolls and all of that. And that's how we had a clearance sale of black lives in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. While they set up for girl power, the colleges and all of that, to fill all of that up, the hospitals, the nursing jobs, the dent, all of those, while distracting the men and to nothing. The school system was not promoting that. Them guidance counselors wasn't setting that up. I know. Now they were doing, the most they was promoting was trade schools. They definitely was promoting that. So anybody who overlooked trade schools and they listen to the ones promoting the college and all of that, yeah, all of them schools, I mean, for the dudes as well, because they were still sending all of us to college. I went to college, but they also was not prepping it the same way. You would have to have seen it in that time. So this is why I say to the sisters, with all of that, with all of that, was the trade off worth it? Was it worth it? The deal with the devil, was it worth it? Gotta ask yourself. I can't tell you. It's not for me to tell you. It's for you to tell yourself. Was it worth it? You know, gotta ask yourself that because of this. You still got your superheroes, right? You convince the brothers not to do nothing because y'all wanted Gucci, Fendi, all of that, right? At the cost of proving to white America, right? Because they knew that the black man they wanted to bump him off. Y'all was cool with it, right? Niggas ain't shit. Fuck niggas. Yah yah yah. Right. So the aiding and abetting in it, right? While acting like nobody played that part. I told you it's my turn to start revealing, Freemasonry. So, you know, I told you what Freemasonry the symbol is. It's the vagina. So yeah, they was all in on the union. You know, they was indoctrinated. I showed you the videos. You know, told you my story. My mom's the damage that she done. Clearly, she's participated in that system, right? I told you she came out of the Nation of Islam. She was associated with them. So when I make these claims, I'm making it based off of that. You know, I told you, my mom was on drugs and all of that. So I'm just telling you what I got, the information that I got. So you know what I mean? Just know a little bit of facts of your enemies, your friends, your foes. Don't think everybody that's coming under the banner of is really promoting that. Some of them are all under this Masonic system and the takeover is real. I'm gonna start showing you hypnotism. Once I show you hypnotism, right? I'm gonna show you through media, and I'm gonna show you through um music. After this is strictly my part of me here, right? But after that, like I said, I'm gonna keep like you see the banner down here. You see this banner. I'm gonna keep this right here. So that I'm gonna have, but like I'm gonna change up everything again, and just take it more to like the regular talks, talk show call in, all of that stuff. I'm gonna open up the lines, make people be able to call in and actually bring in guests. I've been dealing with people, but I haven't introduced anything because I want to give even my guest. I don't want to blindside anybody or anything. You know what I mean? So even if somebody stands strong on something, I'm not gonna pursue it if they don't try to lay it on me, right? But that's just me. I'm the type of person I can talk to a person, like I don't care. Just don't, you know what I mean? Try to enforce it on me. Then I'm gonna have to break out information on you. You know what I mean? Then after you see it, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Republican, and my Black Lives Matter. So you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I'm after I do that, I'm gonna like the whole series on hypnotism. You know what I mean? Like how does chicanery actually work? Right? I'm gonna lay out lessons from different groups, show you, and I'm gonna show you the Masonic manual and show you that all you do is basically emulate this, and this is how you start your own cult. But once you learn it from this, right, and you become accepted, meaning you go into that the full way. Once you fully operating, you know, then you know you join that system. Let me show you how this whole thing works. You know what I mean? And from that, I'm gonna show you why you don't want to make that deal with the devil. It's gonna look good. It sounds good, but the whole time you link to the devil.